And that, noble compatriots, is how I once managed to get up the Thames in a broken canoe without a paddle. Wow, that's actually a really interesting story. But yes, everybody at home, it's your boys, the Memphis Trio, back at it with another exciting episode of Pokémon Uranium, the Nuzlocke adventure. Today, it's going to be a pretty chill day. We're going to be heading up north towards Snowpoint Town so we can face the 7th gym. We, of course, have to battle our rival in a hot second, and we're just going to be grinding a little bit today. It's really going to be a pretty chill episode. Yeah, but it's still very important that we make sure our Pokemon are ready for the next gym. We didn't even do any grinding since last time. Very so, but that was because it was today that we would begin our journey to train our Pokemon to ultimate power. For now, we must decide how we shall defeat little boy Theo once more. Yeah, I'm right on that. I'm just going to put Carparella up front. She should be able to handle most of his team. Well, it seems our boy Theo is finally starting to get a little bit more mature. He is not upset that we beat the gym leader before him, and that's pretty cool, you know? But now we're going to kick his butt right before he fights that gym leader. I would be surprised if he managed to battle that gym leader at all, considering the state that Sir Spooky left them in after the last battle. Yeah, anyway, so what's the strategy going to be fighting Theo, Alter? Well, honestly, I always blank on what exactly little Theo's team is, so we're really just gonna blaze through it, annihilate everything. Not gonna be too interesting all around, so does anyone have anything interesting to talk about? Well, we could certainly discuss the comment question that we left last time. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, so as of last episode, we do this every episode, we made a comment question for the people at home to answer. We asked people what they thought about Mega Dragonite's design. As one would expect, not a lot of people liked it, but there were some people who liked it. Some people indifferent, and a couple people liked that little blue version we made. So, that was neat. Yeah, I mean, I get that some people really like the old Pokemon, and, you know, they want him done, you know, if there's going to be an improvement or such on that Pokemon, people are going to want it done a certain way, I guess, so when it's not done that way, people get upset. But honestly, I don't think Mega Dragonite's, like, bad or anything. It might be a little silly looking, but it's not that bad. Well, it is still certainly a dragon, therefore it is awful, and I hate it. But regardless, Sir Spooky, will you see Lady Hammy destroy this terrible snail here and now? Always good to see Hermie just annihilating ground water-type Pokemon. She is just so good at it. Alright, but now we have to fight Hero Loon. What's the move here? Definitely gonna switch into Chewy here. Now, it's pretty much the same song and dance, boys. Theo's got a decent enough team. Nothing wrong with the darn thing, but we have counters to everything he owns. And as usual, we'll have Shadowfire take out his last Pokemon. Honestly, boys, you would think that Theo would start mixing up his team a bit more with all the times we kick his butt, but clearly he's still learning that bit. To be fair, although I don't think he had that medic Pokemon from before. It's actually strange because that was actually something the gym leader had. Very much so. I mean, I didn't get to witness that battle, but I will trust that Sir Spooky did face such a creature. But now our Pokemon are stronger, having defeated Theo once more. And so once more we have defeated our rival Theo. Better luck next time, buddy. Hey, have you guys ever wondered why Theo never talks to us? What do you mean, Sir Spooky? He's speaking now, is he not? Well, no, like, we can't hear what he's saying, though. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, a lot of gym leaders have talked to us. Steve talks to us. Why doesn't Theo say anything to us? Sir Spooky makes a valid point. Little Theo, speak to us! Wait, what was that? We're moving! Alright, now we're in a new area, boys. That means we get a new Pokemon. Fairly, but do we need a new Pokemon at all? I mean, our team is fairly good as it is, and we haven't replaced a Pokemon in quite a while. True, but we still need to catch something. This Pokemon reminds me of something, but I can't recall what exactly it was. But while we're catching it, there's something really important I think we do need to talk about. What's up, Spooky? Well, we kind of glazed over it last time, but, you know, Steve did try to get us to quit our adventure, and he did mention, you know, Sir Memphis and all that. Don't you think that's something we should talk about? Well, I was always under the assumption that little Steve there was quite infatuated with me, but that apparently wasn't the case, so I don't know. I don't really care that much. As long as we keep destroying his little schemes, it won't really matter, will it? I mean, I see what Spooky's going with. Why on earth would this mysterious boss of Steve's care about you specifically? I mean, I'm the boss. Shouldn't they be worried about me? Calling you the boss, Sir Alter, is a bit of a stretch, but I do agree. It is a strange thing indeed, for it was so sudden indeed. So, what on earth? Could they be trying to gain leverage over the Curry Kingdom, those fiends? I somewhat doubt that, but maybe? It could be that, or maybe it's your ability to, like, I don't know, plane walk or whatever you do whenever you leave the house. What on earth is plane walking? I don't know what that means. Sir Memphis, he means, you know, when you go down to the basement and then you disappear and you go off on adventures. Well, of course, I simply walk off and I go on adventures. What is strange about that? So, you don't think it's weird that you can go down a staircase and then you're suddenly in a different place? No, it's not strange at all. Anyway, you'll capture this creature. We shall be calling it Slave. I'm just gonna call it Spooks, because it looks like a Pokemon I would call Spooks. I think my name was better. I think your name is gonna get us banned on YouTube, but that's beside the point. Alright, so we've captured a new Pokemon, which is neat. We don't really need a new Pokemon, but we have one. So, let's just go ahead through this labyrinth. Oh, Lord, it's like battling labyrinths, isn't it? And we're just gonna beat up all these trainers, get some items, all the good stuff. So while we are just kind of walking around, hold up on that, Spooky. We just got a mother flipping life orb. What on earth is a life orb? It is a really, really powerful item, Sir Memphis. Basically, we can have a Pokemon with this thing, give it to a Pokemon, it boosts the power of the moves, but it just costs them some HP every turn, and I'm pretty sure... no, it was Magic Guard. We have Magic Bounce. If we had a Pokemon with Magic Guard, that'd be absolutely broken, but unfortunately we don't. But anyway, Spooky, what were you talking about? Yeah, so we haven't actually discussed what the comment question for today would be. I mean, we already gave the answer from last time, but what are we going to ask people at home now? Good Lord, we got Shadow Ball now. Yeah. That's a good one. What's a good comment question for today? I really can't think of that much. Although we are getting lots of shadowy things, so that's pretty cool. Friends, countrymen, tell us in the comments what you think about shadowy things. Should they be destroyed as the heretical things that they are? Or shall we embrace them like Sir Alter does? You know what? Sure? I think it's kind of a weird question to ask people, but screw it, why not? We'll say there are quite a few trainers here, which is good, for we must train our Pokemon quite extensively for the next battle, for we shall be facing off against the 7th gym leader soon. Do you now think it will be an easy battle, Sir Spooky? I don't really know anything about the 7th gym leader, so I couldn't say one way or the other. Now, guys, I know I said the 5th gym leader would be hard, and Spooky, like, apparently annihilated that gym leader, but the 7th gym leader could actually be the most harrowing one we've yet had. Like, actually, for truly. Okay, it's going to be Ice and Dragon. And we don't have a great matchup against that now, do we? Well, of course, we have little Carparella here. She is a mighty dragon, is she not? She shall destroy any inferior dragons. It's not really how it works in Pokemon so much. But yeah, that could be bad. Although I will say, Dragon Dance definitely has the potential to help out a lot. We get 1 or 2 of those off against that gym leader, that could turn the tide in our favor. But it won't be easy. You know, we only have, what, 1 fairy-type Pokemon to handle dragons, and it's weak to ice. So, yeah, and also her may be completely useless, so I don't know, folks. a lot of our team might fall next time. I shall avail to not let that happen. Our glorious team hath been with us for the longest of time. For our team to be bested by some lowly dragon wielder, I shall not abide. Alright, well, I trust you, Sir Memphis. You have been battling really good. And, well, you know, I'll be rooting for you when it's time for us to fight this gym leader. Yeah, I mean, we all will, man. You know, we believe in you. You know, yeah, it's going to be a tough fight. Yeah, somebody might get knocked out. It's not going to be easy. But I'm certain that you, my man, you'll deliver. You will deliver on this battle. Well, I appreciate the words of candor, Sir Arthur, Sir Spooky, but you need not worry about any sort of failure. You know, I will say, this labyrinth is quite extensive. It is quite the conundrum how anyone gets through this place. Yeah, thankfully it's fairly straightforward. We won't get lost in here, but yeah, it's not exactly a walk in the park, so to speak. Truly, it reminds me of that one time I was lost in an ancient underground labyrinth of my own, where I was rescued by a party of adventurers who taught me the ways of cooking monsters. It was quite an interesting experience, I must say. Okay, that's kind of weird. Wait, people teaching you how to cook monsters? Like, what do they look like? Well, let's see. There was a young man. There was a halfling person. There was a dwarf and an elvish wizard, of all things. Can you believe it? You're telling me you got to go to Dungeon Mesh Universe? That's unfair. Was the food delicious? Oh, it was some of the finest cuisine I've ever tasted outside the Cutter Kingdom. Oh, you son of a... Alright. Well, we finally got ourselves out of the labyrinth. I guess it wasn't that much of a labyrinth at all. So, now we're on a new... wait, is this a new route? Oh, no, I gotta make sure of things. This might be a new route. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll try and catch a Pokemon just in case, but I don't know if we can catch anything here at all. I don't think it matters too much. Also, we found another item. Ooh, Drain Punch. Drain Punch can be good. I have no idea if anyone can use it, but it's a pretty useful move. I supposing by the name, it is a punch that drains. Yes, Captain Obvious, that is indeed what it does. My name is Sir Memphis, sir. I do not know this Captain Obvious person, but do not mistake them for myself. Right, well, as I suspected, nobody can learn this move, but in the off chance we lose somebody in the future, and need to replace somebody with a fighting-type Pokemon, it is a viable move. Just gonna have my little lady Hermie here annihilate this Brainor. Careful, Alter. Brainor is actually a pretty powerful Pokemon. It's got psychic powers and stuff. I don't really care if it has psychic powers, Spooky. I'm gonna have Hermie destroyed anyway. Be cautious, Sir Alter. Your hubris will be your downfall. I don't see it that way. I see Hermie as destroying everything in her way. Hermie lost half of her health in one battle, though. That was only because of bad rolls, although I will switch her Bubble Log, because we currently don't have a ground move on us, so... looks like it's Sir Smiles' turn. Fatty, Sir Smiles does need to battle more. For he was able to do... Actually, Sir Spooky, what did Sir Smiles do in the gym battle? I suspect that he did not participate. Well, actually, Sir Memphis, you'd be surprised that Sir Smiles actually was really useful in the gym battle and actually managed to defeat 2 of the gym leader's Pokemon. Quite a good show indeed! I'm very surprised. I thought it was a Psychic-type gym. Well, for the most part it was, but they also had a Fairy-type Pokemon. That's actually the evolved form of the rabbit that we captured before. And then another Pokemon that just Sir Smiles was able to do something about. Well, speaking of what Sir Smiles needs to be about, this is not looking good, boys. This Blubberog is actually pretty powerful. Hopefully Sir Smiles can weaken it a bit more before we switch him out. Well, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case, Alter. You need to switch now. Confound it. Who do we even send in this situation? Careful, Alter. This is not a good situation to be in. This I am aware, sir. Thank you very much. And I'm thinking, Hermie, we really need to reteach Rock Tomb to Hermie. I could risk Shadow Fire. He hasn't used well, he used Dirty Water. That's a really hard one. I'm gonna risk it with Shadow Fire. Are you saying this is a good idea? Nope, but he won't die to one water move. Okay, well, he survived, and that's good. If we had lost our starter there, I don't know, we could keep you on the team, Alter. Excuse you? Certainly, Alter. If you lose our starting Pokemon to some random trainer, we're going to have to replace you with Steve. Okay, I don't believe you, but I also don't want to not believe you on that one. So, I'm going to switch into Carparella here, because I don't remember what Corsoreef actually does. I assume it's water and grass type, but I could be wrong. I mean, isn't Corsola normally... Oh, goodness, it's going to try and reflect attacks. That's not good. I'm going to boost strength with Dragon Dance and try to one-shot the darn thing. You know, if he's going to spam Mirror Coat, I'm going to spam Dragon Dance. Isn't this unnecessary? There's a chance he one-shots us, so no, it's not unnecessary. So an Ice Fang should be enough here. Evidently not. Good lord, what the heck is this thing made out of? Alright. This ought to do it. There we go. Okay. Woo! Alright. Low-key, considering skipping trainers for a hot second. Because we are low on, like, Poke Points. Not exactly a good position to be in here. Well, do we not have the ability to restore those in any manner? Regrettably not, since Alter's, wasted all of our Lepa Berries before. We don't have the ability to recover those at all. I keep telling you guys, I'm sorry. I didn't know the birds would eat all my berries. Okay, I planted those berries with care, and they ate them all. I swear you're the worst farmer, Sir Alter. You better stick to your nightly duties, otherwise, I don't know what else we'll do with you. Oh yeah, let's turn off the repel and see if we can actually catch a Pokemon around here. Try to get this, Calm Mind. Calm Mind's really good for special attackers, but I don't think... I don't think we really have... I mean, the only special attacker we have is Josephine. Not really a good call there. But it looks like we may or may not have the additional chance another one of these creatures. I mean, we didn't really want the original one, so we'll see what happens. Well, apparently we can catch it, so catch it we must attempt to do. It almost got captured by a regular Pokeball. It can't be that good, can it? Not likely, no. I'm trying a netball on this thing. It does work on water Pokemon better. Apparently well enough. Very well, we have captured the fried eye creature. Whether we'll use it ever, probably not, but we have it. But is there any particular reason you're naming this thing Sakura? Well, I did start watching Naruto a while back, and she's the only female ninja I know. My man, I really gotta show you the rest of Naruto. There are so many better options. We found a random house in the middle of the bay. Hopefully this is someone who will allow us to, like, heal our Pokemon. I would assume so. This lovely couple will allow us to heal our Pokemon, so we can continue on our adventure. What does this elderly gentleman have to say? We're getting cookies? Well, we got one cookie, which we'll have to share the cookie. Sir Alter, you will allow me to divide up the cookie. Therefore, hand it over. I don't wanna. Alter, please don't. He gave it to me. It's my cookie, I'm telling you. You guys are mean to me. All the time. Quiet down, Sir Alter. Now, we have the Thunderbolt technique. Do we teach it to one of our Pokemon? Well, I figure after we finally get rid of Surf on Carparella, we can teach it to her. Just so he has a little bit of type coverage, but that's pretty much it. We do need to battle more of these trainers along the way, though. There's just so gosh darn many of the darn things. Tedium be damned, Sir Alter. You will battle all trainers here, and you shall allow us glory to bring back to the king. Fine, I'll destroy all the trainers with Hermie and all that good stuff. Although I will say, I'm really jonesing for when Hermie finally learns a better grass move. Don't get me wrong, we have gotten some good leverage and some good mileage out of Bullet Seed. But its base power is too low. Hermie's a tank. She is not a battler, okay? She is our technician tank. She is not meant for doing damage. She's a what? Technician tank. You know, I got all these terms for, like, different Pokemon on a team. You know, you got your special attacker, your physical attacker, you got your tank, your sweepers, you got your technicians, you know, stuff like that, your counters, all sorts of different terms. So a Pokemon like Hermie, with her high defenses, is definitely a tank. And then, additionally, she knows, like, what, 4 different types of moves, so she can handle a bunch of different situations, which makes her a technician. Okay, I guess that makes sense. What about those other terms? Well, obviously, Carparella is our physical attacker, being that Carparella's whole shtick is aquatailing people. Special attacker definitely goes to Josephine, since that's like her whole shtick. She's all about special attacking people out the wazoo. Then you got sweepers, which are Pokemon that are, you know, basically meant to wipe out whole teams by either being set up for, that's another term, set-uppers, or, you know, just having things like Moxie equipped to them. And then you also have things like counters for countering the meta plays, all that good stuff. It's all complicated stuff. You guys wouldn't understand. Do not insult my intelligence, Sir Alta. I quite understood every bit of nonsense that came out of your mouth. Clearly, what you are trying to say that Lady Hermie is a good Pokemon. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with everything I just said. Sure. Another day, another swimmer. Let's get it. Oh, okay, never mind. We're gonna have to switch. Why on earth would you need to switch? It's a water-type Pokemon. Yeah, but that's actually a Glavnug. I remember from Memphis' original playthrough, this is a water-ice Pokemon. We are late enough in the game to be expecting ice beams. So I'm going to have to switch. Into who exactly? Our entire team is really not that good for battling a Pokemon like this. That's... Yeah, not gonna lie, Spooky, this isn't exactly a good situation to be in. We're just gonna have to hope that Carparella can one-shot this thing. I somewhat doubt it. Seeing as Lady Carparella, Dragon Carparella, whatever, she is not going to be that effective against this creature, I feel. Potentially not, but we don't really have much... Of course she's gonna use Protect. Should have used a Dragon Dance after all. Well, no time like the present. Was that necessary, Sir Alta? This creature is able to do quite a bit of damage to us. It's all good. Carparella will heal right here. And with any luck, one Dragon Dance will be enough to one-shot. Well, it did a lot of damage, but it wasn't nearly enough to take it out in one shot. Don't worry, the second Octail always hits. We're all Gucci, guys. Whew! I hope the gym leader doesn't have one of those things. That could be a problem. Potentially. Also, they have another Carparella. It's not necessarily good either. Yeah, unfortunately, this is why it would be really great for Carparella to do Thunderbolt. Because then she'd have a counter to herself. As it stands... Shoot. Who do we send in for this? This isn't good, Alter. This trainer has counters to our whole team, almost. It's really just showing that our team might not be ready for this gym. Well, I will say I'm glad that I didn't switch into anybody else there. We'll see where this is gonna go. I'm thinking hit him with a bulk up. Go from there. I will say, Sir Smiles was able to handedly handle that watery strike. Very much so. I just don't know if it's going to last that much longer. Sir Smiles might be somewhat beefy, but he's not able to do as much damage as I'd like him to do. Also, we're going to have to switch, like, already. Although, Salta, don't even consider it. Fine. Alright, let's see here. Well, he's using water, so I would assume Chewy would be our best option here. Very much so. Lady Chewy is quite potent. Well, that did do quite a bit of damage. But one acrobatics ought to do it. Whew! Man, this trainer's tough. Not gonna lie. But now he sent in a sub-blue. We already know what handles sub-blues with ease, the greatest of ease. We'll send in Hermie, and she should be able to one-shot this thing. Things are becoming a little bit difficult here, Sir Alter. Our Pokemon are missing on their attacks, and the opponent still has 2 Pokemon left. Yeah, not to mention that Hermie's, you know, taking a lot of damage, and she hasn't hit this Pokemon once. Listen, guys, 1 Bullet Seed is all it's going to take to knock out Sablu. Okay? I don't care how tough it is. Alright. Should we level up? Very nice. And last Pokemon's Tubriel. Just thinking about this one. I still think we give it 1 Bullet Seed and then we'll switch out Hermie. Yeah, I agree with Alter on this one. Yeah, I agree with Spooky on this one. It is time to switch. That was really, really close. Don't worry. He's gonna use Crunch again like a fool. Chewie gonna eat that stuff. And we're gonna be good. And now that I don't have a berry anymore, Chewie could use Acrobatics, but I'd rather use Draining Kiss right now. But yeah, definitely need a better grass move. Hopefully, I would hope that, you know, Hermie would learn Leaf Blade or something, but I just don't know what her move pool is. We'll have to find out the next town, maybe. Perchance local knowledge will supply us everything we need, but thankfully, Sir Alter, you have proven that you are not yet completely incompetent, and you were able to defeat that tough trainer there. Well, thank you for the offhand insult kind of thing there. But regardless, yeah, I think it's time to heal up our Pokemon. Should we call it a day for today and grind some more later? Well, Alter, I think we should at least try and get to the next town, because we haven't gotten there yet. And then, after that, we can call it a day for today. Alright, that makes sense to me. Okay, before anyone says anything, so I'll tell you a complete failure. How could you let Sir Smiles faint? Against a random trainer, for that matter. Look, what am I supposed to do? We have nothing to fight Ice-type Pokemon. I thought Sir Smiles could handle it. He had enough HP to survive a crit, but clearly he did not. Well, it's an unfortunate day that Sir Smiles has finally been defeated. And right after he had such a good time at the 6th gym, too. Why do you guys insist on making me feel bad about our Pokemon that die? I haven't lost a Pokemon since the 2nd gym. So sue me. I perchance will, but that will be for later. For now, you need to get to the town. We will figure out what we will do from there. Oh, Sir Smiles. Sir Smiles, what have I done? It's alright, Alter. Sir Smiles? Sir Smiles had his adventure. And while I wished him to be with us to the very end, it is alright. I expected him to fall quite a while ago. I was expecting him to be sacrificed for our ventures at some point. And while I do not appreciate how it happened, the fact is we are getting ready to face off against a mighty, potentially destroying of our entire team gym leader. Therefore, perhaps it's better to say that Sir Smiles sacrificed himself, so that we'd be able to put a new Pokemon in our team that will allow us to defeat this vile leader. That's really well said, Sir Memphis, and thank you for being more understanding of Alter and not pulling your sword out. Oh, trust me, Sir Spooky, I had to hold myself back there quite a bit. But let us do as our due diligence does. Sir Smiles, mightiest of bat creature things, thank you for your service. You have joined us with us since the beginning. You're one of the original members of our team. And it is quite sad to see you go. You never got to have that one gym where you truly shined, but to some degree, you helped us greatly with the 6th gym. You have always been a loyal compatriot, and a stalwart friend. We shall miss you, Sir Smiles. Go now, in peace, our friend. You are the 5th member to fall. Alright. I guess now the real question is, who the heck are we replacing him with? Well, considering the gym we're about to fight, I think there's only one real answer. Please tell me it's not who I think you're gonna say. But before we pick that Pokemon, let's look at the Pokemon we recently captured, since we haven't checked them out yet. Alright, Spooks is calm. He's got pretty high offense and special defense, which is pretty interesting. Low on the defense, middling on speed, cursed body is an ability. Not terrible, but it's not great either, so it's an interesting one. Also, Soccer is lax, which makes perfect sense. And let's see, its stats are spread fairly decently, although most of it's in special attack, which is not great. But yeah, you guys want Marcus, right? Regrettably, that is not the Pokemon I was considering. I cannot believe we're actually considering putting this thing on our team. I mean, it's not a bad Pokemon, you know. It's gonna take so much effort to grind this thing. True indeed it shall, but we have the tools to do so. Not only do we have the various training dojos that we can go to raise the stats of our Pokemon, we can also give it the Poké Rust thanks to all those Pokemon you infected before. That is true. That'll have to be for next time, gentlemen. We have a lot of grinding to do, because everyone on our team needs, what, 8 levels before the gym, and then this new Pokemon that's going to take forever? Well, thankfully we have the Lucky Egg that'll help. But yes, we are going to have to grind a lot now. Well, I guess I'll do my fair share of that, considering it's my fault. But welcome, Sneak the Jack Deary. Oh boy, this is gonna be a thing. Actually, I heard from the pub that we visited back in Venice, this Pokemon evolves to a held item. So maybe we'll give this the Eviolite we found along the way. Perchance, but for now we shall end today's adventure. Thank thee once more, lords and ladies, upon the YouTube. Do not forget to let us know how our adventure is going, and do not forget to pay thy respects to Sir Smiles, who has been with us for so very long. Yes, and we're going to be training very hard for the next day's adventure. We have a lot of grinding to do, and we're going to be preparing ourselves for the 7th gym. I'm sorry, that is the 7th gym, where Sir Memphis will be able to, you know, show us that he is truly the battler on our team. Yeah, I still feel bad that I lost Sir Smiles in such a dumb way, but this thing hopefully will pull its bloody weight, and we'll see how it's gonna go. We have a lot of grinding to do. We're gonna make this thing huge, absolutely massive. So tune in next time, everybody, to see if we can take down the 7th gym. And your boys, the Memphis Trio, are signing out. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone. Fare thee well, everyone.
Catch 'em all! Gotta catch 'em all!